Greetings, punks, goths, metalheads, herberts, herbetters, Martians and subterranean folk. How are you all doing? My name's John and this is the Health Anarchist channel. So basically today I'm going to be trying a new route, and it's a new route up onto Buckton Moor. I've not done this one yet, so I'm quite keen to try it. And it'll take me up onto Buckton Moor and I'll be following round the edge of a quarry, and we'll work our way back and we'll be visiting Buckton Castle remains at the end of the walk, hopefully, if all goes to plan. So let's get going. Yeah! Well, this is unusual. I'm on a little concrete path now, and I've never been up a concrete path onto the moor, so there's always a first, but it makes a change from sliding about on loose gravel. All fun and games though. So the only other way that I know up onto Buckton Moor from this actual area is up that steep, narrow goat track, which isn't too bad coming up, but you really have to watch it coming down there. It's so slippy with all the loose gravelly material you're walking on. But if this walk works out today, it'll be a nice addition to my toolbox of nice walks. So I did just say another walk from my toolbox, and when I say that, what I mean is for me, for my well-being, as in my mental well-being as well as my physical, I always try and get a collection of good walks, you know, if my stress levels are really high, just to get out and escape for a while. And it's always good to add new walks to your toolbox, because it's like resources that you can always refer to if you need to. So we're now doing this uphill climb onto Buckton Moor. It's fairly steep. It's not as steep as the goat track up on the other side. It's longer though, so depends what you prefer, a short steep climb or a long less steep climb. So it looks like we might be getting to the top now, top of this track, hopefully onto the moor. You never know though, we'll soon see. So as we're getting to the top now, I'll just show you over there, that's the other moor that was on top of in my last video. So a little bit more rocky and rugged, the terrain that I'm walking on now, and that's why people always say, you know, when you're going on hikes over difficult terrain, always wear a good pair of boots with a good grip that are sturdy, because you don't want to be slipping on this stuff, and you can see how easy it would be to twist your ankle. But there is a lovely viewpoint up here, really picturesque. Now here's the other side of that little quarry face. Bit different than city walking along your high streets and parks, isn't it? This is what I love about it, getting outdoors into nature, away from built up areas. So it is forecast as dry today. It keeps alternating between a bit of sunshine and then overcast. As long as it doesn't rain, I'm happy, but I am prepared if it does rain. I've got a poncho, so we shall see. So I do enjoy chatting to people on walks, especially other walkers. I'm on this walk today because a couple of ladies I was speaking to on my last walk, they were telling me about there's a path that goes up onto the moor and round the quarry. So this is the walk I'm doing today. So it's always nice chatting to other walkers. So there's plenty of signs up around the quarry. It's a barbed wire fenced off. Kind of reminds me of those old public information films from the 70s and 80s. It'd be something like, danger, keep out, only a fool would ignore this sign. I do know this moor from about here. That track there starts off well and then peters out. That goes to Alfin Pike, and over here eventually that leads up to Wimbury Stones, or Indian's Head as you like to call it. And this track should now bend round as well, and it should eventually lead to Buckton Castle remains. So I can't remember exactly where the track picks up, which goes round to Buckton Castle. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to follow the fence round the quarry round, and I should find it sooner or later. Famous last words. It does look like there is a little track round, so this will do nicely. Pleased about that. Right, so we're now on to moorland, Buckton Moor, and nice and quiet as usual up on the moors. They're an odd place, moors, if you've never been on them. They have their own characteristics and atmosphere. Sometimes really pleasant. In bad weather they can be dangerous, treacherous places. Today's not bad, the wind's behaving, it's not bad at all. So we are coming up to the remains of Buckton Castle now. Now I did mention in my previous video to this one, it has been excavated and they found out it was a 12th century castle, and it was an important curtain wall stone castle, and it would have been, you know, of great significance, but there's so little information on it. There's a couple of lines throughout history that just mention the remains of a castle, like one sentence lines from historical documents, but they don't say who built it or, you know, any of that kind of information. Just it was a ruin. The University of Manchester excavated it, and local archaeologists working together, and they didn't find any great evidence really. They sort of confirmed what the theories were, but as to finds, I think they found a couple of plain bits of pottery from the 12th century, and maybe one or two burnt animal bones from like what people were eating. One of the theories is that maybe the castle was never completed, or if it was completed, it wasn't in use for a very long time, a very short time. So I don't know. I think the answers are still there. I think there's areas that could be excavated possibly that do have evidence, and I'd love it if it was fully excavated, the whole site, and hopefully they could find some more about the story, because it's the stories of history that are fascinating to me and lots of other people. So the remains of the castle today, it's like a circular mound with a moat ditch around it. And I'll just show you as we're coming up to it now. Let's see if you can spot it. So just coming up to it, kind of in the centre of the frame, you can see like a mound on top of that hill. Well, that's the remains of Buckton Castle. All you guys out there who are thinking of getting into walking outdoors for your well-being, physical and mental health, I recommend you give it a try. The only thing is it can be a bit addictive. You just want to do it more and more, and in my case anyway. So we've got a nice view of this huge quarry that I've been following around. You'll see it down there. We are now at the remains of Buckton Castle. You can see the moat going round. There's a big circular mound going round in the centre, which was the castle walls. One of the gateways there where you got in. So another interesting fact about Buckton Castle is, if you see this little platform here, this was a home guard machine gun post in World War II. I'm going to wrap this video up in a moment as the battery's died on my gimbal. I mustn't have charged it up properly, but I've done most of what I wanted to do today, and getting full blast of the wind now. It's always crazy windy at the site of this ancient castle. So I hope you guys enjoyed coming along with me on this little adventure today. If you did, don't forget to give us a like and a subscribe, and until the next video, don't forget, be different, stay weird and stay free. Bye.